Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and I'm back with even more cool and unique camp locations for you. Starting it off here in the forest, we got kind of like an archaeological dig that managed to dig up some possible dinosaur fossils. Who knows? But you do get that wood pile right there and a cooking station. And look at those bones right there. Pretty cool. You get your little toolbox. Hopefully you get some good loot out of it. Now, as for these robots, I need to talk about them. They can spawn here. I also know that wild mongrels can spawn here. Those are the two that I've seen. I'm sure more than that can spawn here. So if you do decide to build here, just know you're going to have to deal with enemies spawning in from time to time. But you'll find this location right here. It's not that far from 76. But it's a vast improvement over how close some of those cult locations were to 76. Now let's head up to Toxic Valley. Now this location, I had kind of hinted about it in my last video. So for those of you that didn't see that video or didn't come check this spot out, there's a decent amount going on here. Like pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie spawns here, and pumpkin pie is awesome. You can't have enough pumpkin pie. You can also get some psycho. Just, it pairs well with pumpkin pie, alright? I know. You do get some shotgun ammo, and there's a recipe that can spawn here. Of course, it could be a different recipe. So if you're camping here, it doesn't hurt to check that recipe from time to time. Now, if you're looking at building under this power pylon, that was just a quick look at it. Sadly, it's not flat. But there is some silver nearby, so if you pull your camp more towards that, you could take advantage of that. Also, if you look up here, I kind of wish we could put these little bats down at our camp. They're kind of cool. I want bats. I guess maybe around Halloween, maybe we'll get a new event and we can get some of that type of stuff. Here's hoping, right? Overall, that's not a horrible location. It is somewhat close to the train station. But now to the ash heap. And you can probably tell roughly where we're at by the background. But first up, let's head over here to this little rover type thing. You do get a toolbox. And when I look at that, I think of like a lunar lander. I think it's pretty cool. Now this spot does have 2 trailers. Well, I guess technically it could be 1 trailer that got ripped in half. Now it is full of junk and holes, but there's a upside. Mirrors. There's a mirror in this trailer. There's also one in the other trailer, other half of the trailer. I'm not really sure how to put that. I mean, maybe it's 1 trailer, but that is a pretty long trailer. There is a slight downside to this trailer as opposed to the other one, and it's not the mirror. Mirror's awesome. This one gets the first aid kit, which is cool. But every time I've been here, rad roaches have spawned in this room. But you do get a safe, so that's something. It's not a lot, but it's something, alright? Now, I'm not sure if someone takes the workshop, if enemies start spawning in to attack over there, if some of them may aggro over to your camp. That's just something to keep in mind. You do have that lovely porta potty right there, just in case you gotta go. So, you should already have a general idea where this spot is. But if you need a little help, you'll find it right here. Super easy to find. You shouldn't have any trouble finding it. So now we're going to head over to a pretty cool spot in the Savage Divide. So we got this neat little camp right here, and there's a monorail car up there. And yes, you can take advantage of that monorail car. But starting off, of course, you got your little patio table, bunch of beer bottles, few dead people scattered around here and there. I mean, they're kind of a requirement in Fallout. You need some dead bodies here, there, everywhere. Why not? Now, I like the little campfire spot. I just really wish that fire was lit. But this other campfire spot, I mean, good God, I don't know what's going on here. Did the people who were previously here, did they just hate gnomes and teddy bears? And they're like, all right, we're going to douse them with gasoline. We're going to burn all of these. They're pure evil. I don't know. But if you're someone who's a collector of teddy bears, there's a bunch back there. You do get this junk pickup truck, but really the whole reason I picked this spot was because of the monorail cars. Because that's super cool. That and the teddy bears. The teddy bears definitely were worth noting. Now, I'm not a big fan of those fake beds. They kill me. I hate fake beds. Now, over here in this one car, you do get a skeleton wearing the beer hat, just in case you need it. You can find it right there. But the monorail cars, there's not just one. So you had the one I just showed you, and then a little further down there's another monorail car, if you'd rather camp down there. Now, sadly, the only way I can get up into one of the monorail cars to show it off would be to build my camp here, and I'm not really in the mood to do that. So that'd just be something special that the people who move here get to know what's there, sadly. Now let's head over to the Meijer. And it's a lovely day in the Meijer. The sun is up just the way I like it. This spot was pretty neat though when I found it, because they've set up two buses kind of side by side and turned it into a makeshift camp. You do get your armor workbench here, which is pretty nifty for those of you who don't have it or just want an extra one to free up some budget. Now, I'm not a big fan of them putting those boxes on top of that bed. It'd been way better if you could use it. But then again, beggars can't be choosers. They did give you an armor workbench. So, yeah, I'd still like that bed to be empty, though. Overall, though, I really do enjoy this spot. But the thing that would kill me if I was camping here is the fact that they're slightly tilted, which is going to make placing things look really funky. And it kind of kills me. But, I mean, if you just incorporated that into part of your camp, you'd be set. I should note, though, that the times I've come here, I've seen feral ghouls and cave crickets. I'm sure more things than that can spawn, but those are the two that you need to be aware of. Because those cave crickets, they can be little pains in the butt. Evil crickets. But on the plus side, at least it's not mole rats, right? God, I hate mole rats. I'm gonna commit mole rat genocide. It's gonna happen. They need to go. So if you're looking at this spot, going, you know what? This spot's pretty cool. You would be right. It is pretty cool. Now, I have been wondering. I feel like you could take advantage of the top part of this. Maybe get part of your camp built up to where it looked like it was sitting on top of the buses. I feel like that would be a nice use of that space. Now, huge plus to this location is you are close to Harper's Ferry, and you are also going to be somewhat close to where the legendary vendor is going to be at. Which, right now, this might not be a high value area. Once that legendary vendor shows up, I think we'll see a few more people moving towards the Meijer. Now let's wrap it up in the Cranberry Bog. And we're keeping it super simple. Mostly because I hate the Cranberry Bog. Yes, I do. Nah, I don't hate it. I just don't really enjoy it. There's a slight difference, not much. Just a little difference. Now, this location, you don't really have a whole lot for you to loot. There's no workbenches or anything like that, which does suck. But the reason I liked it was for all the nice clean building space you have out there. I mean, I know that when we build things, it will remove some crap from the world, but it's just nice to have a little bit of a clean slate. Now, if you're someone making brain bombs, you do have your brain fungus right there, so that's a slight little bonus for you. Now, this location is actually right on the edge between Cranberry and Meijer, so I kind of favor it just because it keep you out of the way of all the craziness going on towards the bottom. Now, hopefully you've enjoyed this. I'll be back with even more cool and unique camp locations for you again next week. As usual, folks, please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.